What if I told you the most powerful performance-enhancing tool isn't a substance, a piece of equipment, or even a training regimen? What if I told you it's completely invisible, totally free, and you already have it inside you right now? Imagine a room. It's empty, except for a single chair. In that chair sits an Olympic skier. Their eyes are closed. Their body is still. To an outsider, they are doing absolutely nothing. But inside their mind, they are hurtling down a mountain of ice. They feel the bite of the wind on their face, hear the hiss of their skis carving through the snow, and sense every muscle fiber twitching as they navigate a treacherous turn. They're not just thinking about the race, they are living the race, from start to finish, over and over again. Now picture a different room. This one is at NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. An astronaut is preparing for a spacewalk. But they aren't in a giant pool or a complex simulator. They are sitting quietly, eyes closed, mentally rehearsing every single action. Unscrewing a specific bolt. Tethering a tool. Feeling the strange, weightless resistance of their gloves. They are walking on Mars while their feet are firmly planted in Houston, Texas. For decades, elite athletes, surgeons, concert pianists, and fighter pilots have all been using the secret weapon. They call it mental rehearsal. You might call it visualization, but most of us have tragically misunderstood what it really is. We mistake it for simple daydreaming, for passive wishful thinking. But it's not. It is an active, focused, and deliberate process of training your brain. It is, quite literally, a flight simulator for the human mind. The most incredible part? Your brain can't really tell the difference between something you vividly imagine and something you actually experience. Seriously. Neurological studies have shown that when you visualize an action, the same neural pathways fire in your brain as when you physically perform that action. Think about that for a second. When the Olympic skier mentally navigates that perfect turn, their brain is sending the exact same signals to their muscles as if they were actually on the mountain. They are building and strengthening the neural blueprint for success before they even step into their skis. It's like creating a detailed map in your brain before you start a journey. When you finally begin to travel, the path feels familiar. You already know where the obstacles are. You anticipate the turns. Your body follows the mental script you've already written and rehearsed. This isn't magic, this is neuroscience. You're not wishing for success. You are neurologically pre-paving the path to it. And here's the kicker, you're already an expert at this. You just might be using it for the wrong team. Have you ever had a difficult conversation coming up, and you play it over and over in your head? You imagine every awkward pause, every potential argument. You feel your stomach tighten, your heart rate increase. You're imagining them saying the worst possible thing, and you're imagining yourself fumbling for a reply. By the time the actual conversation happens, you are so wired for disaster that you walk in defensive, anxious, and exhausted. You have just successfully visualized and prepared for complete and utter failure. Congratulations, we do this all the time. We worry. And what is worry, if not the active visualization of a future we don't want? We build these elaborate, high-definition mental movies of everything that could go wrong. We are Hollywood-level directors for our own anxiety. So the question isn't whether this works. The question is, what if we decided to consciously flip the switch? What if we took that same powerful, innate ability and pointed it towards the outcomes we actually desire? Instead of rehearsing for disaster, we could start rehearsing for success. And it doesn't have to be about winning an Olympic gold medal. Think about a job interview. Instead of visualizing yourself forgetting the answer to a question, Visualize yourself walking in with calm confidence. Picture the interviewer smiling. Hear yourself giving a clear, compelling answer. Feel the firm handshake at the end, and the sense of pride in a job well done. You're not guaranteeing you'll get the job, but you are guaranteeing you'll give the best possible version of yourself in that room. You're replacing anxiety with preparedness. So how do we do it? How do we go from being accidental directors of horror films to intentional creators of our own success stories? It's a process, and it's simpler than you think. Let's call it the 5 senses blueprint. First, you need absolute clarity. I want to be more confident is too vague. Your brain can't build a simulation from that. You need specifics. Let's say you want to nail a presentation at work. Don't just see it going well. Define what well means. See yourself standing at the front of the room, posture open and relaxed. Your goal is, I will deliver my presentation clearly and confidently, finishing with a round of applause. That's a clear, specific scene. Second, you must immerse yourself. This is where the 5 senses come in, and this is what separates powerful mental rehearsal from flimsy daydreaming. Don't just watch the scene, step into it. Visualize it from a first-person perspective, through your own eyes. What do you see? Don't just see the audience. See the face of your supportive colleague in the 3rd row, nodding. See the light reflecting off the projector screen. Look down and see your notes, your hands steady. What do you hear? Don't just imagine silence. Hear the sound of your own voice, calm, steady, and strong. Hear the quiet hum of the room's air conditioning. And at the end, hear the distinct sound of hands clapping. Not just a generic applause sound, but a real, vibrant sound that fills the room. What do you feel? This one is critical. Feel the solid floor beneath your feet, grounding you. Feel the smooth surface of the clicker in your hand. Most importantly, feel the internal sensation you want to experience. Feel the calmness in your chest, the focus in your mind. At the end, feel the rush of relief and pride washing over you. Don't just think about feeling proud. Generate the physical sensation of pride in your body. What do you smell or strain? Deal or strain. These are often overlooked but are powerfully tied to memory and emotion. Maybe you can smell the slightly stale coffee in the conference room. Maybe you can taste the mint you had right before you started speaking. The more sensory details you layer in, the more real it becomes for your brain. This isn't a quick 30-second montage. You want to spend 5 to 10 minutes in this mental simulation. Live the entire experience from the moment you walk to the front of the room to the moment you sit back down. The third and most important step is emotional amplification. A script without emotion is just words on a page. A visualization without emotion is just a sequence of empty images. Emotion is the fuel that burns the image into your neural circuitry. As you see yourself finishing that successful presentation, you must feel the joy. You must feel the accomplishment. Let the feeling of success swell in your chest. Let a smile break out on your face, even if you're just sitting on your bed with your eyes closed. It is the marriage of the clear image with the powerful emotion that rewires the brain. This is what trains your nervous system to associate this performance with a feeling of success, rather than a feeling of fear. Now, of course, there are pitfalls. The first time you try this, your mind might wander. Or you might feel silly. A voice in your head might say, "This is fake. This isn't real." And that voice is right. It does feel fake at first. just like lifting a weight feels awkward the first time you go to the gym. Visualization is a mental muscle. It gets stronger with practice. Don't aim for a perfect high-definition movie on your first try. Start small. Just try to feel the feeling of success for 60 seconds. Then try again tomorrow. Another common myth is that this is just delusional wishful thinking. People confuse it with simply wanting something to happen. But visualization is not about sitting on your couch and imagining a suitcase of money appearing at your door. It is a tool of preparation, not magic. By rehearsing success, you reduce the anxiety that cripples performance. You build unwavering confidence that radiates outward. You prime your brain to notice opportunities and solutions you would have otherwise missed because you were too focused on the problems. It won't control the world around you, but it profoundly influences how you act and react within that world. What if you visualize success and you still fail? It happens. Life is unpredictable, but the person who has mentally rehearsed success is fundamentally different from the person who has only feared failure. The prepared person sees the setback as a data point, a moment to learn from. Their confidence is more resilient. The fearful person sees the setback as proof that they were right to be afraid all along. Visualization doesn't just prepare you to win. It makes you more resilient when you lose. The beauty of this technique is that it ripples out into every corner of your life. You can use it for big, audacious goals, sure. But you can also use it for the everyday. Visualize having a patient, loving conversation with your partner. Visualize waking up with energy and tackling your morning routine with focus. Visualize staying calm in traffic. Each time you do this, you are choosing your mental state. You are choosing to be the architect of your inner world, rather than a victim of your external circumstances. You are building a default setting of calmness, confidence, and preparedness. So I invite you to try it, not for a marathon or a promotion, not yet. Try it for something small. Tonight, before you go to sleep, take 5 minutes. Close your eyes, and with as much sensory detail as you can muster, visualize your ideal morning. See yourself waking up feeling refreshed. Feel the warmth of the coffee mug in your hands. Hear the sound of your favorite song playing. Feel the sense of calm and control as you start your day exactly as you intended. Don't just plan your day. Rehearse it. Run the simulation. Create the blueprint. Because the world you experience tomorrow begins in the theater of your mind tonight.